Hey guys, good morning. Gonna show you how to install a wall cabinet, Ikea wall cabinet, 30 inches wide, 40 inches, 14 3/4 inch deep, 40 inches tall. Okay, so I always lay out my box with the barcode on the left and a barcode on the bottom. As usual, hammer, screwdriver, knife, and my battery drill, impact drill. Start by cutting open the box. Make sure you stay all the way at the edge so we don't scratch up your panels in there. Alright. There we go. First thing you see when you open this box this way is your manual. Okay, read that. By assembling these cabinets per Ikea's instructions, you basically secure your own warranty, okay? So make sure you follow that step by step. I do the exact same thing. I do install all parts per the instructions, although I don't necessarily follow their sequence, because I think I know better. Alright, so bottom, top plate, some packaging material, throw it on the side. This is your box of hardware. So open those boxes up all the way, just to make sure that there's no items left in there. Alright. Open my little bag. So I start by putting in these cams on the bottom and top plate of the cabinet. Alright, so there's 8 of them. 4 on the bottom, 4 on the top, and those are these ones here. There's a little arrow on there, as you can see, maybe or maybe not, but there's an arrow on there. The arrow needs to point towards the sides of the cabinets, okay? So these arrows are facing towards the right, and these towards the left. All right. There we go. Put it on the side for now. Flip my side. Flip the other side. More cardboard. And this here is your back panel. Alright. Be careful with that, especially with the bigger ones. They scratch up quite easy, so put them in a safe spot. So the two sides here, I lay the 2 grooves facing each other. Those are the back sides of the cabinets. And right now I'm determining that this here is going to be the top. So I usually start by installing these brackets on there. And they attach weight 6. And there's my 6th. 6 little screws. These are the ones with the little rounded head, let's say. All right. Use my drill to screw those guys in there. There we go. Next thing I do is to use those long screws that go on the top and on the bottom of the cabinets. Total of 8. And don't go crazy with your screw gun, okay? Because if you keep putting the pressure on there, you keep twisting, then you're just gonna strip the hole, and then you're gonna lose some strength of your cabinet. Alright. Make sure they're in straight, obviously. Alright, right next to those screws, I'm gonna put in the wooden dowels. 8 of them as well. Just wiggle those guys in there. Don't use a hammer for it. I mean, you could, but I wouldn't recommend it. Because with a hammer, you'll just hit it too hard, and the dowel will come popping out on the other side. So just wiggle in there, because bottom and the tops, we'll push those guys in further to where they need to sit. Okay, so don't worry about that. There's my top, my bottom. All right, get my back panel in there. Bigger cabinets, it's always a little wiggling and pushing and sliding to get those back panels inside of those grooves. So now what I'm doing is set the other panel on top. What I do with this is the front here. So I'm going to start with the front, bottom and the top screw. You put those in the holes first in the front. All right, here we go. And then that will give you a good start here in the corner to kind of guide the back panel inside of that groove. And again, this is a little, sometimes it goes real quick, as it does right now. And others, you just have to play around with it a little bit. And then you secure all these cams here with your screwdriver. All right, don't use your screw gun here. Your screw gun is, again, way too strong. You're gonna mess up those cams. So just tighten those things. You don't have to over tighten them, just as long as they're secured in there. You'll get a feeling for it. Alright, turn them around, put it on its front, and that's why you work on either a blanket or a cardboard surface to prevent scratching up the front sides of the cabinet. Okay, get my nails. My two spacers, these here sit on the bottom of the cabinet. They basically compensate for the thickness of the suspension rail that goes on the top. So this basically used for a spacer to have the cabinets plumb on the wall. Okay, get my first nail started in there. So what you want to do is squeeze this back panel into the side groove and into the bottom groove. Okay, so what I do is I put my hand on here, kind of keep the pressure in the corner, a couple of taps, and then secure the first nail. Do the same thing on top. Keep the back panel pushing into the groove with a little tap to make sure that the panel doesn't move anymore, so you know that it's all the way snug in the groove. Secure it, and then finish up nailing one side. Each side they typically get 5 nails, but check your manual to see the exact spacing of it. Okay, so got one line secured here. I'm going to go to the opposite corner and square it up. Get my nail started. Right now I need to push the panel into the bottom groove here. A couple of taps, it's pretty secure. And there you go. Right now your panel is secure, your back panel, and your cabinet is squared. So you just finish up nailing. Okay. Again, the spacing is in the manual for that. So I'm gonna secure those bottom spaces first. There you go. A couple of nails in between. Alright, and then just go all the way around. One on the top, got the one on the bottom already, one in the middle, and then divide that space. I don't have to tell you to nail those nails in straight, right? So if you go on an angle, then they will just pop out on the inside, leave a nasty mark in there. So just take your time doing it. These things typically take me about 6-7 minutes, so it goes pretty quick. But again, just take your time by doing it right. Alright, well that's it. That's your 30-inch wide, 15-inch deep, 40-inch tall cabinet. Put all the parts in that came out of the hardware box, keep them in the cabinet, and then that's it. Alright, well thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.